Hi everyone, I'm Beth from the CanFit Pro certification team, and I'm also an FIS Pro trainer, so I'm delighted to be sharing with you how you can facilitate an FIS practical exam on Zoom. So shortly we're going to have our student Cassie, who's also part of the Pro trainer team, but she's playing the role of student today. She's going to be doing her exam, and I just want to go ahead and show you how your student is going to share their audio with you because they need to actually share screen. Even though it's going to be your Zoom account, they're going to want to share their screen and go to the advanced feature and click music or computer sound only. And then that will let them take control of the audio so that whatever royalty-free music they're playing on their computer, they can broadcast clearly through Zoom so their participants in different places, as well as you as the pro trainer, can actually hear that audio. So I hope that clarifies on how to do the audio. Great. Okay, welcome, Cassie. I'm your pro trainer, Beth, and I'm so happy to have you here to facilitate your FIS practical today. So the first step before your students arrive or your participants arrive is to get the audio, the music set up on the Zoom platform. So you're going to go ahead and share screen at the bottom, and you're going to go to the advanced section of the share screen and go ahead and click on share computer audio or music. And that way your music will be broadcast through Zoom to all of us. Yes, that's an important point. Okay. So I'm going to go to who can share, and I'm going to say all participants. So that should be set up now. You're good? Okay, so that's an important point, pro trainers. You want to make sure that those advanced settings are clicked, and you get that from share screen, and there's this little green arrow above. And now I see that Cassie Ellis is sharing her computer sound, so we're good to go there. Do you want to go ahead and play something, Cassie? I'm feeling it. This is going to be an awesome class. And now go ahead and also talk a little bit so I can make sure that I can hear your cueing and coaching.
Okay, so is the volume going to be okay with my audio and the music?
I think you either need to speak more loudly, project more, or turn the music down slightly.
Okay, so I find that when I'm using Apple Music, I have to turn the volume down almost all the way. And then when I use Spotify, I can put it maybe like an eighth of the way.
Right, so pro trainers are going to want to coach their students to keep that music volume low on the actual platform that they're playing the music, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, or one of the fitness music apps or websites. That's a really good point, so thank you for that. And then where are you going to be standing to actually teach your class? So you better try the audio there too. Okay, so now try doing some cueing for me.
Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1.
That sounds good. Do a little bit of movement. So all right, welcome everyone to Cassie's FIS practical exam. We're delighted that you're here. Now I will say that I'm Beth, your pro trainer from CanFit Pro, and I'm going to hand it over to Cassie in just a second, but we're really glad you're here. Just bring your energy because it's really nerve-wracking to be a student doing your practical exam. So make sure through the camera you're sending her a lot of love as you go through her class today. So with that, I'm going to mute myself and pass it over to Cassie.
All right. Thank you, Beth. So thank you guys so much for agreeing to participate in my FIS practical exam today. This is very exciting. I am going to just talk out loud as I prepare for everything here. So I have to set my audio up for my music. So I'm just pressing my share screen button, making sure that my music's there. I also have my AirPods in, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Please let me know if my music's too loud or if my voice, oh, excellent, thank you so much. So today's class is going to be just a high-low aerobics class. We don't need any equipment. Please make sure you've checked the space in the room so that you're not going to trip over anything. Oh, excellent. You guys are being safe. Thank you. You've got proper attire and exercise equipment on. Otherwise, we are going to get going. I'm very excited. So please stand up and join me with our warm-up. Turn the music on. Yay. Is that okay, everybody? Yes, excellent. Okay. So please find your space in the room, and our right foot, we're gonna march. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me. On this beautiful day, we are virtually working out together. We'll spend a little bit of time warming up our bodies. Everyone knows that, or maybe you don't know, so I'll tell you that our warm-up is what helps us mentally prepare for our workout, physically prepare for our workout. Let's take a march wide. Going through our feet, toe to heel, lifting up those knees, pumping those arms. Let's get our blood flowing. Getting ready, we'll take this in and out. In and out. In and out. Good. At any point throughout the class today, if you're feeling uncomfortable with the movement, I'll offer modifications. Stay wide. Get low. Pick up those knees. Good, everyone just give me a nice shoulder roll back. Make sure that we're exercising good posture today. Yes. Step touch to the right. Step touch. Nice. Big deep knee bend. Add the arm. Whenever we add the arm, we add a little bit of intensity. Go ahead and reach that arm up overhead if the shoulders permit. Feel the heart rate coming up. Also throughout the class, I'm going to be checking in with your rate of perceived exertion. So knowing just about how we feel, bring that arm back across the body. Take it into heel dig. Send the foot forward. See if we can throw those arms in a nice controlled manner. Pump. Yes. Looking great, everyone. So happy you could join me today. How is our abdominal core connection happening here? Send it backwards, find our balance. Toe tap. Nice, guys. Reach those arms forward. We feel the heart rate climbing up. Breathing a little bit heavier. In 3, 2, marching it out. Very nice work, everybody. We're going to take a step together in our next frame of movement here. Traveling to our right. Know your space, know your limits. Here it is. Step. Great job, everybody. Love working out with you. Let's feel our energy increase. Nicely done. Squeeze those legs in the middle. Add the curl. Notice my legs. Trying to bend at the knee. Get that heel up towards the bum. Arms are there when you need them. Excellent job, everybody. I'm so happy you can join me today. Take it into a nice overhead pull with the high knee. Thank you. Abdominals are working. Noticing our range of motion for the day. Bring it in for a march or a skip. How do you feel with the skip today? A little hop. Yeah, let's have some fun. Listen to the body. If the hopping and the bouncing is not for us, go ahead and bring it back to a march. Good, a little bit longer. Keep it going, keep it going. Breathing's coming up. We want to increase that heart rate. Increase the temperature of our body. Here it is. Good stuff, everybody. In 3, 2, march it out. Can we do a few squats together? Yeah? Excellent. Thanks, everyone. Let's take the feet, body, hips, weight, distance apart. Roll those shoulders down. Down for 2. Down, 2, lift, 2. Down, 2, lift, Okay, let's talk about a squat. Backs are flat. Shoulders pulled down our back. Abs are engaged. Yes, we're working on technique. I want us to imagine sitting in that chair. I'm gonna come up to the screen a little bit. Just notice the tailbone coming back. There it is, good, excellent. Almost there, everyone. Use the music to drive the movement. Oh, here it is, we have one more. Right, sway. Oh, excellent, we are ready for cardio. Thank you for joining me in that warm-up. I want us to finish this up together. Grab a drink of water. Here it is. Great job, everybody. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Cassie. So with that, and expecting that she had done a full class, and remember when it's online, we're allowing a 30-minute practical or 45-minute practical, so they can really condense the segments for warm-up, cardio, muscle conditioning, and flexibility. So with that, I'm going to now debrief with student Cassie and ask her a few additional questions just to assess her knowledge. So she would dismiss her students at this point, so it'd just be her and I in the class. But would the three of you like to stay on and see how that works? Okay, let's do it. Okay, so Cassie, just a few questions for you to finish up the marking process.
Yeah.
How do you feel you were able to connect with participants in this virtual class? And how would you do so in person? Would you do anything differently in person than you would in a virtual class?
Well, I can start off by saying that I really appreciated when I got the thumbs up from some people, just knowing that they could in fact hear me and that they were listening to what I was saying. What I would have done differently had it be in person is that eye contact piece. I really miss that ability to stare someone down and make that human to human connection when I'm talking with them, you know. But talking across a group, which we all understand is so important in these group exercise classes, we're aware of just talking to a whole group as it is already. So I feel that this was actually quite an effective way of, you know, delivering my fitness class.
Yeah, I felt that you were able to, you know, notice when people were bringing energy and to give those options and to make people feel comfortable with whatever option they chose, whether they want to jump rope with a bounce or to just keep it low impact. So I appreciated that. One thing I would suggest, just as
Please.
like a teaching moment, is you know how it's great on Zoom, how you can see people's names. So whatever class you end up teaching, if you can try to remember even just a few names, then if you use those names, the person who's doing the exercises with you feels really like they're a part of the group and that you're seeing them as best you can. I know it's difficult to see in a small little screen on Zoom, but that might be something you do. And then definitely if you learn your members' names in person, it does go a long way to make people feel really welcome and part of a community and special. So you'll have lots of fans as you continue your career as a fitness instructor. Okay, so great. So, you know, I would have maybe 4 or 5 other questions for her just to assess further knowledge so I can give her the adequate marks. And then I would go through the debrief and that would be your exam. So any feedback or questions from Cassie, Fiona, Beth, or Sabrina, since you are all FIS Pro trainers, just wondering to see if you have any feedback or suggestions on how we can improve this process for folks.
No, I think actually the sound came out really great. So I think that's one of the key that a lot of people, I've had a lot of people messaging me, asking me about my online classes. I have instructors that want to sit in to test like what mine sound like. And that's the biggest one is computer sound, knowing that you can stream the music through your computer and that's where they can hear it, right? Because a lot of people are using external speakers, and it's very tinny. Like the mics on the laptops and stuff are just not adequate. So I think your sound was great. The AirPods are great. I teach a little bit more of a hip format where I'm doing, tuck jumps, and mine don't stay in. So my husband and I have been buying like all these external mics to try to kind of update the sound. But your sound was great through your AirPods. I wish mine would stay on. But it was great. I think it was awesome. I could hear you. The music was loud enough. I'm using an external speaker to hear you even louder for my own personal enjoyment. When I work out, I like my music loud, but it was perfect. And I think that's the key for pro trainers to understand, is to help people use that music and share it through the computer screen through Zoom, because that's the key to making sure it all comes out.
And on Sabrina's note, really quick, because I also teach HIIT cardio classes, and as soon as one of these bad boys falls out, Zoom kicks you off your, not kicks you off like the visual, but it kicks you off the audio. So you actually have to go through the process of resyncing your Bluetooth and resyncing the device and resharing your music. So it's like a 5-step process to get back on. Because I've done that too, where all of a sudden it was like burpee. So that is maybe one of those things that we could include in the what to be aware of. I don't know if you're coming up with a, by the way, like that's a great tip.
But I'd like to know about the glitches that could happen. So thank you very much for that, Cassie, because we have to tell people they're not going to have this set up. So that's definitely important. It mirrored, I guess, because I was trying to lead with my right, but you were with your left. So I felt like I was off. But what I'm saying is that in the Zoom setting, I'm guessing we have to let that kind of a thing go. But like in a regular class, we don't want to crash into people. Go ahead, Sabrina. Sorry.
No, that and musicality, right? So what I am finding, because I record my classes as well, is there's a bit of a
delay.
We were talking about that.
So I'm on beat, and then sometimes when I watch myself, I'm like, oh my God, I look like I have zero musicality right now, right? It just drives me nuts. So I think that's one other thing we may have to, I can't remember, to be quite honest, with the new marking, because I was only literally, I think I've marked with the new format. I've marked 3 practicals before COVID. So I can't remember, is there still a 5
Not really.
No, musicality is not as big of a issue anymore. It's
which is good.
Teaching ability. It's only uses appropriate music for each component of the style of class. And one of the questions you might ask your student is, why did you choose that music? And, was it royalty-free music? Do you understand what that means, right? Like that's, I mean, you're not going to fail them if they don't use royalty-free music, but like you want to make sure that they're aware of what that is, and just, to protect the rights of the original recording artist and stuff like that. So
could I put in something too?
And then there's online music, right?
Yeah.
Like
yes. Royalty-free online. It's got to be licensed for online.
Just want to know, were you able to see us? Did you keep it on gallery view?
Normally, when I'm teaching a fitness class, if it's being recorded, I put it on speaker view, because then you're only seeing my teaching. Because when you record, it's whoever flashes on the screen. So I do speaker view. But when I'm teaching a class that's not being recorded, gallery view, because then I can see all of you equally.
So then in this exam, were you on gallery view, or were you on?
Yeah.
You were on gallery, so you could see us. So you could technically be giving us feedback. From your perspective, how frustrating was it that like it wasn't with the music? There's a little bit of a delay. Like that's, if we're trying to watch, if we're trying to watch a student give feedback to some of their participants, that's going to be tricky, right?
So there is a bit of a lag, which is what Beth and I were talking about, and Fiona too, before you guys jumped on, is that because we're practiced and we're like, I think we're all teaching several Zoom fitness classes a week, like a lot of them, that we're used to that. But as a brand new instructor that maybe this is their first time on Zoom, and they're like, why are they off the beat? Because it's very obvious that I'm doing this and then you're doing this.
Yeah,
like, so
there's
it's
a delay.
like you're an entire one and behind me.
It's like my worst nightmare of a group X class, right?
I know.
Where they're not moving when we tell them to move, right? Because we're all so good at cueing. It's like you're stuck in this terrible bubble, and you can't get out. So we have to warn our participants.
Yeah. And one thing too that I it hasn't been brought up yet. I noticed, Cassie, great warm up. It was very dark. And when and just in terms of lighting,
Yeah.
I couldn't see your face. I have a number of clients who visually, they're relying on your expressions to understand where they need to go. And and just as a heads up, like I don't know whether you can adjust your lighting where you are. I see that it's back there and whatnot, but it would be great to have seen your face a lot clearer. It was quite dark.
Oh, awesome. That's great
Yeah,
feedback. Thank you.
yeah,
I always so great when we can talk to fellow instructors.
Yeah.
Love this.
yeah, yeah.
Keeping in mind for our students who are doing their exam, we have to be flexible and understanding. We're telling them to practice. This is like, if you'll see the email communications I created for us as templates to send to students, there's a lot of information. I have my first practical on June 11th with a student, and it's like, you know, she's not maybe used to teaching on Zoom. It's like, you have to practice on Zoom, and you have to know there's a time lag, there's a delay. You have to know about how to share your audio. And so like, I'm linking out to all the how-tos and YouTube videos. So I'm like sharing a lot of this information to pro trainers so that you can take that and share that with your students. So as we come up with more of those things, just let me know and I can add them to the best practices.